And we back, YouTube, man. We back. Another everything professor. Today we have life lessons old people wish young people knew. Chat, what do elders want our youth to know before they actually become elders, chat? Let's see right now. Let's lock in everything professor. Let's get it. Let's go.
1. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think. You
Oh.
replay the awkward thing you said 3 days ago.
That's a good
The
take.
off joke. The moment you stuttered, you're convinced people are still talking about it.
Yes.
They're not. They forgot before they got to the parking lot.
Facts.
Old people will tell you the audience you spent your 20s performing for didn't exist. Everyone in that room was running their own private surveillance state on themselves. Nobody had bandwidth left to track you. It shapes how you waste your good years. You skip the dance class because you'll look stupid. You don't speak in the meeting because someone might judge you. You don't post the thing, send the message, wear the outfit. The prison is empty. You're the only inmate. The unlock is small and infuriating. The freedom you're waiting for already exists.
Yes.
Nobody is watching.
Chat, another thing, I'm going to talk about something at every one of these. Chat, I ain't going to lie, bro. This is 100% true, bro. And in a lot of circumstances now, there might be times where you do something and people do remember it. Like, depending on what it is, people do remember. But even if they remember, chat, what is it to you, bro? What does them remembering you fucking up a speech in 7th grade have to do with the rest of your life, or like the shit that you go through day-to-day basis, bro? And like they said, these people genuinely, I promise you, these people genuinely don't care what you got to do, but everybody got problems, everybody got things in their life that's going on, and I promise you, it's 1,000% better to just focus on yourself than it is to focus on others, bro. And this is what everybody is thinking else too, bro. And I know on social media nowadays we got a lot of people judging and shit like that. Even the people that's writing comments judging you, they don't give a fuck. They don't care, bro. They do all this shit, they trolling, they really don't give a fuck, bro. You think the nigga that say, oh, what the fuck, we made Casanat famous, this some bullshit, you think that nigga really care, bro? No, this nigga trying to get attention, this nigga trying to get views. He don't really give a fuck. You probably see this nigga, he probably in the fucking Casanat fan line waiting to suck his dick, bro. And that is how it is, bro. But people chase attention, people chase, moments of success, or what they consider success, bro. Nobody really care what you doing in the moment. I mean, after the moment is over, chat. No bullshit, bro.
They never were. Move accordingly. 2. Marry someone you genuinely like, not just love.
Wow.
You picked them for the chemistry. The way they make you feel seen. The intensity.
I need to know this.
The chemistry is intermittent and the intensity is exhausting. What you're left with is the person across from you at breakfast. Old people will tell you the marriages that survived weren't the most passionate.
Wow.
They were the ones where 2 people genuinely enjoyed talking to each other on a slow Tuesday, where neither person had to perform.
Exactly, bro. It's a difference like if y'all both attractive and y'all find each other attractive and like all y'all want to do is damn near have sex or some shit, or you could talk to this person because they look good or because they had sex. But if you don't find that genuine person who you truly like, who you truly want to be around 24/7, bro, shit'll never work, bro. That's why like when niggas say like they girlfriends got best friends and shit, and the boy best friends, the shit'll never work between that relationship. That dynamic will never work, bro. Because at the end of the day, that love that you have in your relationship is going to get overrun by the friendship and the likeliness that she has with that best friend, bro. That's why it never worked, bro. That's why motherfuckers call me insecure, whatever it was. If my girl got a boy best friend, she can't be with me, bro. No bullshit, bro. Okay, at the end of the day, you want to be with who you like, not with who you love, chat. And it's a difference, and you got to understand that. And when you understand that, it will make a lot of sense, chat. You love a lot of people, gang, but you like who you want to, chat.
Silence has felt easy. It shapes the texture of your last 40 years more than any other choice. Pick someone you love but don't actually like, and the love eventually runs out of fuel. Pick someone you like deep down, and the love keeps regenerating.
Yes, the love can always regenerate, always go up, bro. Yes, bro. Dead ass, bro. But if you don't like, it's not even like if you love somebody, you just don't like them. It's not the case, bro. But
Eddie Source.
You feel me?
The test isn't how you feel at the wedding. It's how you feel on a rainy Sunday with no plans. Boring with them should still feel okay.
Like the boring days, like who gonna be with you through the boring days? And it's still the best moments of your life, chat.
If it doesn't now, it won't later.
I could be that for you, baby girl. I could be that for you. And I ain't even trying to get on here like.
later. 3. Your parents won't be here forever. You assume there's time. There's always next Christmas,
Facts,
the next
man.
phone call, the next visit. The conversations you keep meaning to have can wait until things calm down.
Damn, yo.
They never calm down. Then one of them gets sick. Old people who lost their parents will tell you the regret isn't about the big unsaid things, it's about the small ones.
Yeah.
The questions about their childhood you never asked, the recipe you assumed someone wrote down, the hour you had with them that you spent on your phone. It shapes a specific kind of grief.
Chad, this is one of the hardest. I think one of the hardest ones to like actually feel and actually think about every single time it happens. Like, cause it's like you like obviously you'll see a video and you'll think about it and you'll be like, oh damn, they right. And like in that moment, maybe for the next week, maybe for the next month, you cherish these moments for the next year because you never know what's gonna happen. But when it just when things start to get like repetitive, like we see our loved ones, we talk to our loved ones almost every day, so it feels like a habit of nature. So when things go off plan and unfortunately someone does get sick, obviously like it's pretty much out of our control, bro. But I would say just try. Just try. And it's nothing ever has went wrong with trying, chat. Maybe you missed a phone call. You could try to call back. You could try to answer the next time. You could try to, feel me, say something, send a text message. At least just try, chat. Cause I'm telling you, once that ball drop, and the music cut out, you're gonna be dancing alone.
If that doesn't show up until you're
Feel me?
orphaned, you become the oldest generation overnight, and you realize how much of your own history walked out with them. The work is unglamorous. Call them when nothing's wrong. Ask the question you've been putting off. Record their voice telling a story.
Facts. And that's why niggas be calling their homeboys and they be like, yo, me and my homeboy on the phone for like just doing bullshit. They don't be talking about shit, just be on the phone and shit like that. And niggas in the comments be like, yo, this is borderline gay. Like, this shit not gay, bro. You never know when like your homie could like fuck around, like have some crazy shit happen to him, bro. Now it's like now you regretting the moments that you could have been spent talking to them or just seeing them or some shit because niggas on social media saying, oh, this shit gay to be on the phone with your man. It's like, what, bro? Fuck what you talking
Window
about, bro?
is wider right now than it will ever be again.
Don't never let people outside
4.
of your life
Money buys
tell you what to
freedom,
do on the
not
inside of your
happiness.
life, Jack.
You assume the number fixes you. The salary, the house, the savings, all unlock a calmer version of yourself.
Money buys freedom, not happiness. What happens if freedom is your happiness, chat? Where does that category land at?
The number arrives. The unlock doesn't. You're the same person, just in nicer surroundings. Old people who got rich and old people who stayed broke agree on this point, which should tell you something. Money solves financial problems. It doesn't solve character problems.
Yeah.
The anxious person becomes a wealthy anxious person. The chronic comparer just compares with bigger numbers. What money actually buys after a certain threshold is options.
Okay.
The ability to walk out of a bad job, the ability to say no without panic, the ability to handle an emergency without it becoming a catastrophe.
Yeah.
That's enormous. That's not the same as being happy. The mistake is optimizing your 20s for an outcome the money was never going to deliver. You burn the relationships, the health, the curiosity in service of relief that doesn't arrive at any number.
Wow.
5. Learn.
Wow, chat. So he basically said right there at the end, fuck chasing the bread. Chase what you want, nigga. Chase what you
Learn
want.
to be alone with yourself.
Woo, woo, woo.
You can't sit in a quiet room.
My fault.
You can't drive without a
What's this? Learn to be alone with yourself. Chad, this is so important,
podcast.
bro. This
You
is
can't
so
walk to the
important, bro.
store
I can't stress to you enough how important this is, Chad. And I'm gonna let him talk first. This shit is come on, Chad.
Earbuds.
We all
The
know
phone
this,
is
bro.
in your hand before you're fully awake. There is no moment of the day where you're alone with your own thoughts. Old people will tell you this is a slow disaster.
Now, Chad, this not even like this is. I'm not even just saying like go on a walk without your phone. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to put your phone down. Don't go on it for 2 weeks. This is not what they're saying, Chad. All they saying is there are times when we as people, as a person, we need to just be alone. Just nothing around. Maybe even have some music on. Just chilling your own thoughts. Look around. Look at the sky. It don't gotta be too long. It don't gotta be too little. You don't have to put a time limit on it. Just enjoy your presence in the moment with your own thoughts, chat.
You end up making big life decisions just to avoid silence. the relationship you stay in, the job you don't quit, the friend group you keep, even though it's wrong, because the alternative is being by yourself for a while. It shapes.
I've been by myself for a while, chat. No bull, like I'm telling you, bro, like it ain't even that bad though. You feel me? Like I'm telling you, it's not, gang. It's not, bro.
The quality of your judgment. People who can't be alone outsource every important decision to whoever's standing nearest.
And there's still things even I gotta work on being alone myself. Like some things I'm not comfortable doing yet that I will be, that I want to be. Feel me? And I gotta get there, bro.
Sit with themselves.
It's a
develop
process.
The ability to actually hear
Everything
what they want.
is.
Separate.
As long
from
as you
what's
trying
loud around.
though.
The practical move is unglamorous. Build at least one stretch of unstimulated time into every day. Walk
I should
without
say
the
pick
phone,
up keys.
Drive without the podcast. The
Oh,
good
like, pick
thinking
up
only
keys.
shows up after the noise leaves. 6. Boring habits create extraordinary lives. You're looking for the breakthrough, the big move, the transformation. You scroll past the unsexy stuff because it doesn't feel like enough.
Okay.
Save a bit. Train a bit.
Okay.
Sleep enough.
Yes.
Repeat for a decade. It feels like nothing. Old people will tell you it was the only thing that worked.
Wow.
The friends who made it to 70 healthy and solvent and sane didn't have a secret. They had a Tuesday they protected, a Wednesday they protected, and a Thursday they protected for 40 years.
Wow.
It shapes everything by the second half of life. The retirement account that grew while you weren't watching. The body that still works because nothing dramatic was demanded of it. The marriage that compounded because nobody was looking for fireworks. The frustrating truth, the boring strategy is the only one that's ever scaled. The exciting strategies all blew up at some point along the way. The people you envy at 60 weren't lucky. They just kept doing the small things while you kept waiting for the big one.
Do the small things, Shaq.
7. Time is the only resource you can't get back.
Facts.
You'll make more money, you'll meet new people, you'll find another job, you can replace almost anything you lose, except the time.
Facts.
Once an hour is gone, no version of you ever gets it back. Young you doesn't believe this. You spend hours on things that don't matter. Because the hours feel infinite. The doom scroll. The argument with someone you'll never meet. The TV show you didn't even like. The relationship you knew was over a year ago.
Wow.
Old people will tell you the math becomes brutal in your 50s. You start counting backward. You realize you have
Oh my
maybe 20 good
gosh.
summers left, maybe 10 with your parents, maybe 5 before your knees stop letting you do certain things.
Damn.
The infinite resource turned out to be very finite, very late. It shapes a specific kind of regret. Not about the big mistakes, about the way the small hours leaked out unnoticed for decades. The hours weren't replaceable. You spent them like they were. 8. Your health.
Yo, chat, I heard this saying. I forgot where I heard it from. I think it's from a TV show. But they was basically saying how the more time you spend bored or the more time you spend like thinking about time and in reality, based off the essence of time, you will have more time. I know that might sound crazy because I'm just saying time over and over to people, but hear what I'm saying, chat. You know how when you having fun and like time is like going by and you like, damn bro, gym class over already? And it feel like the time flew by. Those are times that you are having fun, right? And there's nothing wrong with having fun. But those times when you're sitting in class and you can't wait to get out this boring class because this English teacher with coffee breath just keeps talking for 50, 80, 110 minutes at a time, and you just counting down every second. In that moment, you have more time because you're counting time. You're constantly thinking. You're in the moment. There's not nothing that's going on that's passing you by. Although it may be boring, you are essentially are having more time in the essence when you are bored than when you are having fun, chat. So I mean, in that sense, what I'm basically saying is, be more bored, and you will have more time.
In your 60s is built in
Shit.
your 30s.
Think
You feel
about it,
fine
chat,
right
bro.
now.
Shit,
you eat
bro.
trash, sleep 4 hours,
No bull.
skip the gym, and bounce back by noon. You think this is who you are. It's actually a credit line you're maxing out without reading the terms. The body keeps perfect records. Every late night becomes a future bad knee. Every chronic stress year becomes a future autoimmune flare.
Wow.
Every skipped workout becomes a future bad back.
Damn.
The bill arrives 20 years late with compound interest. Old people will tell you the regret isn't about the partying. It's about the systems they didn't build when building them was easy. The lifting habit they started at 25 instead of 45. The mobility work done before the injury, not after. The basic blood panel they could have caught at 30. It shapes the next 40 years more than almost any choice you'll make.
Yo, Chad, and one thing I want to say about working out, Chad, I don't care how big you are. I don't care how skinny you are. I don't care how ugly you are. I don't give a fuck. If there's anything I will tell you to work out doing, I need you to run. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how far you run. I don't care how long you run. I just need you to get the fuck up and run every day. Run. I don't give a fuck where you go, bro. You can run to the mailbox, nigga. Run.
The
Every
version
day.
of your body at
Every
65
day.
is being designed right now by someone who isn't paying attention. 9. Compound interest rules everything. You think this applies to money. Old people will tell you it applies to everything. Money compounds. Skills compound.
Okay.
Friendships compound. Reading compounds. Even bad habits compound in the wrong direction, just as efficiently. The thing that makes compounding so dangerous to misunderstand is that it looks like nothing for a long time. The first few years feel like wasted effort. The curve is flat. Then around year 10, it goes vertical and everyone wonders how you got there. It shapes who pulls ahead in the second half of life. The person
This is like the for me like how niggas say like, oh, they industry plants or some shit like that, when in reality they've been working their ass off for years unnoticed, and they finally got noticed. Now all the work that they put in is putting under the shelf because they done blew off at one point in time, bro. It's like Drewski, bro. Like Drewski been making skits for years, bro. He finally popped off, and now niggas like, oh, he an industry plant, bro. Where this nigga come from? Like, how he hosting BET Awards? Like, bro, this nigga was putting in work, putting in hours, making multiple skits that flop, making multiple fucking comedy jokes that flop, like all this shit, bro. It's been in the dark for so long. It's finally come to light, bro. And niggas is finally getting his recognition from it, bro. I can never hate on a nigga for doing good and succeeding, bro. Never, bro.
who saved
Never.
a small amount monthly
Never.
from 25, the person who lifted 3 times a
Unless
week
you're
from
doing
30,
it in the wrong way,
the person
bro.
who
For the
read
wrong
for 30
thing.
minutes a night for 20 years. None of them did anything heroic. They just didn't break the chain. The frustrating part is that it's nearly impossible to believe in until you've lived it. You have to act on faith for a decade before the math starts working in your favor. Most people don't make it past year 3, 10. The career ladder might be on the wrong wall.
Okay.
You climb, you hit the next rung, you set the next target. You don't stop to ask whether the wall the ladder is leaning against is one you actually want to be at the top of. 20 years go by. You're high up on a wall that isn't yours. Old people will tell you the worst version of this isn't failure, it's success at the wrong thing.
Wow.
You spent your prime years getting good at a job you never really chose, surrounded by people you never really liked,
Wow.
optimizing for a destination that turned out not to be where you wanted
where you
to
really
live.
want to be.
It shapes a specific kind of midlife crisis that's hard to articulate. Not depression exactly.
Damn.
More a quiet realization
Now, there's some cutthroat shit when you really think about it, Chad.
that the achievements don't feel like yours. They feel like someone else's wish list that you accidentally completed. The fix isn't dramatic. It's just a pause. Once a year, look up from the next rung and check the wall. If it's still your wall, keep climbing. If it isn't, the move down to the floor and across to a different wall costs less than another decade up the wrong one. 11. Protect your sleep, knees, back, and teeth. These 4 things become the entire conversation by 65. The trips you can take, the energy you have, the way your face looks, the mood you wake up in, all of it downstream of these 4 systems you spent your 20s ignoring. Old people will tell you they would trade almost anything to undo the specific damage.
Wow.
The years of bad sleep that aged their brain a decade. The ignored knee pain that became a replacement surgery.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been getting bad sleep, but the position that I sleep in, I feel like it's really bad for my back, bro. And I gotta change that shit. I know I'm young and shit, but like you said, bro, one of these days, bro, I'm lucky enough to make it there, bro.
The slouched
not wanna be
posture
there,
that
feel
turned
me?
into chronic back issues. The teeth they didn't take seriously until the implants started. It shapes daily life in ways you can't appreciate until you're
Fuck.
inside it. People with healthy versions of these 4 things move through their 70s like it's their 50s. People without spend half their day managing pain or fatigue. The fix is unsexy and slightly boring. Sleep like it's a job. Lift to protect the knees. Work the posture before the back demands it.
Bet.
Floss like an obsessive. None of this is hard. All of it gets ignored. 12. Don't postpone joy for the right time. You're saving the good wine for an occasion. You're putting off the trip until the timing's better.
Wow.
You're waiting to enjoy your life until the next thing settles down. Then the next thing. Then the next thing. The
Then
right
the
time
next thing.
keeps moving.
Then the next
Old
thing.
people will tell you the right time was a story you told yourself to justify deferring the present. The trips they planned for retirement turned into trips they couldn't take because the knees gave out first. The wine they were saving became a bottle the kids cleared out of the cupboard after the funeral. It shapes a
Wow.
regret that lands hard at 70. You realize you spent 40 years preparing to enjoy a life you forgot to actually live. The preparation was the life. There was no future moment of arrival. The shift is small. You stop saving things for later. You take the trip badly instead of perfectly. You eat the meal on a Wednesday. You buy the flowers for no reason. The good times don't show up because you got the timing right. They show up because you stopped waiting.
Wow, chat.
Gilles de Rais is notorious.
Damn, W everything professor, chat. One thing I will say, chat, I don't believe in the definition of perfect. Like, I don't think it's one thing that is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So why wait for the perfect time when it doesn't exist? You'll be waiting forever. Now, one thing that I will say, and there's a good technique that I'm trying to learn as well, I'm trying to be the perfect person. I'm currently trying to be the perfect person, whether that's working out, whether that's saving money, whatever it is. To me, I'm trying to do it, right? And since I don't believe in perfect or being perfect, I am forever chasing something that I cannot be. But in this essence, I am constantly progressing and evolving. I'm constantly getting better, even if it's not perfect, because I will never be perfect. I'm constantly getting better. So it'll probably be one time in my life where I'll be so close to perfect, but I just won't be exactly perfect, because in my mind it doesn't exist. So don't believe in being perfect, but try to be as perfectly perfect as perfect. Try to be as perfectly perfect as perfect without believing in being perfect. I'll let y'all sit on that. Y'all have a good night, alright? Like the video!